In Japan, innovation meets ancient wisdom. A nation forged by earthquakes and tsunamis builds structures that dance with disaster. Futuristic cities rise on volcanic islands. Precision engineering challenges the ocean itself. Japan also leads the world in robotics, bullet trains, and sustainable technology. Today, we explore the most extraordinary achievements of Japanese engineering. We'll uncover hidden mega projects that redefine what's humanly possible. Tokyo. This sprawling metropolis is home to 37 million people, the largest urban area on Earth. Built on reclaimed land, crossed by fault lines, threatened by typhoons and tsunamis, Tokyo shouldn't exist, yet it thrives. The city's infrastructure runs on clockwork precision. Trains arrive within 18 seconds of their scheduled time on average. The Tokyo Metro carries 9 million passengers daily through a labyrinth of tunnels that stretch deeper than most cities go tall. Some subway lines run 42 meters, 138 feet below ground, with emergency protocols for every conceivable disaster. Beneath the streets lies another city entirely. Underground shopping complexes, highways, and utility tunnels that prevent the chaos of surface construction every time something needs repair. The metropolitan area outer underground discharge channel, nicknamed the Underground Temple, protects Tokyo from flooding with massive concrete pillars and tunnels that divert water during typhoons. Tokyo is also the global capital of robotics. At the Miraikon Museum, humanoid robots demonstrate unprecedented mobility and social awareness. Companies like Honda, SoftBank, and Kawasaki are developing companions capable of recognizing human emotions, learning preferences, and adapting behavior. Within a decade, robots may serve as caregivers for Japan's aging population, handling everything from medical assistance to companionship. The city's Shibuya district has become a testing ground for autonomous delivery robots that navigate crowded sidewalks, recognize pedestrians, and deliver packages to apartment buildings without human intervention. Tokyo's Skytree. The tallest tower in the world, rising 634 meters, 2,080 feet, into the sky, it broadcasts television and radio signals across the Kanto region while serving as an observation deck and cultural landmark. What makes it extraordinary is its earthquake resistance. The central column uses an ancient pagoda technique, a suspended core that sways independently from the outer structure, dissipating seismic energy like a pendulum. During the 2011 earthquake, while buildings around it suffered damage, the Skytree barely moved, swaying just 50 centimeters despite magnitude 9.0 tremors. The tower's triangular base gradually transforms into a circular cross-section at the top, a shape inspired by traditional Japanese swords and columns. At its base lies Tokyo Solamachi, a massive shopping and entertainment complex with aquariums, planetariums, and hundreds of restaurants. The Sumida Aquarium houses 10,000 marine creatures, including jellyfish galleries where the animals float in illuminated tanks like living art installations. By night, the tower illuminates in two signature colors: Iki, a pale blue representing refinement, and Miyabi, a royal purple symbolizing elegance. The LED system uses 1,995 lights, consuming less energy than traditional lighting while creating stunning displays visible across Tokyo. Kansai International Airport. Built entirely on an artificial island in Osaka Bay, constructed specifically because there was no suitable land available. Engineers sank massive steel cylinders into the seabed, filled them with 21 million cubic meters of landfill, and created an island from nothing. The challenge? The island is sinking. The soft clay beneath compresses under the airport's weight, causing it to sink faster than anticipated. Originally projected at 12 meters over 50 years, but already exceeding predictions. To compensate, engineers installed adjustable hydraulic jacks beneath every column, over 900 in total, allowing them to raise the terminal building centimeter by centimeter. The system is monitored continuously, with adjustments made weekly to maintain level floors throughout the massive complex. Despite sinking, the airport has never closed due to weather, operating through typhoons that would shut down most airports. Its aerodynamic roof design channels wind over the terminal, reducing pressure during storms. In 2018, Typhoon Jebi caused flooding and a tanker ship to crash into the bridge connecting the island to mainland, yet the airport reopened within 17 days, a testament to Japanese disaster resilience. It's connected to the mainland by the Skygate Bridge, a double-decker structure carrying vehicles above and trains below, stretching 3.7 kilometers, about 2.3 miles. The bridge was designed with expansion joints to accommodate both the airport's sinking and potential earthquake displacement. Seikan Tunnel. The longest undersea tunnel in the world, plunging 240 meters, 787 feet below the seabed of the Tsugaru Strait. It connects Honshu, Japan's main island, with Hokkaido to the north, a passage once considered impossible due to violent waters, freezing temperatures, and unstable geology. Construction took 24 years and cost the lives of 34 workers who faced constant dangers from water breaches and tunnel collapses. Engineers fought constant water intrusion, freezing conditions, and shifting rock, pumping out thousands and tons of water daily through a network of drainage channels. The tunnel stretches 53.85 kilometers, 33.46 miles, most of it beneath the ocean floor, making it longer than the Channel Tunnel between England and France. Inside are two parallel tunnels, the main railway tunnel and a smaller service tunnel used for maintenance and emergencies. Today, the Hokkaido Shinkansen bullet train roars through at 260 kilometers per hour, covering the distance in just 26 minutes. Before the tunnel, travelers relied on ferries that were frequently canceled due to storms, and in 1954, the Toyomaru ferry disaster killed 1,155 people, making the tunnel a memorial to those lost. Two museum stations inside the tunnel, Tapikaite and Yoshioka Kaite, allow visitors to walk 140 meters below the seafloor. Akashi Kaikyo Bridge. The longest suspension bridge on the planet, spanning 3,911 meters, nearly 2.43 miles, across the turbulent waters separating Honshu from Awaji Island. Its two main towers stand taller than most skyscrapers, soaring 297 meters, 974 feet, higher than the Eiffel Tower or the Statue of Liberty. The bridge was designed to withstand earthquakes up to magnitude 8.5, winds exceeding 290 kilometers per hour, and ocean currents strong enough to capsize ships. Its massive cables contain 300,000 kilometers of wire, enough to circle the Earth 7.5 times. During construction in 1995, the Great Hanshin earthquake struck, shifting one of the towers nearly a meter horizontally. Engineers recalculated everything overnight and adjusted the bridge's length accordingly. It ended up 1 meter longer than planned. The towers had to be built perfectly vertical, despite standing in deep water with strong currents, accomplished using GPS precision surveying technology. Each tower required 200,000 tons of steel and concrete, anchored to bedrock 60 meters below the seafloor. The bridge can expand and contract up to 2 meters due to temperature changes between summer and winter. At night, multicolored LED lights illuminate the cables in mesmerizing patterns, transforming the bridge into a glowing ribbon visible from space. Special green lights commemorate the victims of the 1995 earthquake, turning the bridge into both infrastructure and memorial. Kurobe Dam. Nestled deep in the Japan Alps, this is one of the tallest dams in the country, standing 186 meters, 610 feet, and stretching 492 meters across the Kurobe River Gorge. It was built in the 1950s and 1960s to generate hydroelectric power from Japan's rapidly industrializing economy, particularly the Kansai region recovering from war. The construction claimed 171 lives. Workers faced avalanches, landslides, and tunnel collapses in one of the most remote and unforgiving locations imaginable. Temperatures dropped to negative 20 degrees Celsius in winter, and the site was accessible only by narrow mountain paths cut into cliffs. The project required drilling through solid rock to create tunnels for transporting materials and workers. The Kanden Tunnel alone took 3 years to complete. Workers used over 100 tons of dynamite and removed 8 million cubic meters of rock and earth during construction. The dam holds 200 million cubic meters of water in its reservoir, generating enough electricity to power 250,000 households. Every summer from late June to mid-October, the dam releases water through its spillways, creating a thunderous cascade that draws tourists from around the world. discharge creates a roar audible kilometers away, with 10 tons of water per second crashing into the gorge below. On sunny days, rainbows form in the mist, creating a scene of raw natural power meeting human ambition. The observation deck offers views of the Northern Alps, and visitors can walk across the dam's crest, feeling the structure vibrate beneath their feet. Shinkansen Network. The bullet train system that revolutionized high-speed rail travel worldwide. Launched in 1964 for the Tokyo Olympics, the original Tokaido Shinkansen connected Tokyo to Osaka, slashing travel time from 6 hours to just 3. Today, the network spans over 3,000 kilometers, carrying over 350 million passengers annually, more than the population of the United States. The trains reach speeds of 320 kilometers per hour, nearly 200 miles per hour, yet maintain a safety record unmatched globally. 0 passenger fatalities from accidents in over 60 years of operation. The average delay is just 54 seconds, including delays caused by natural disasters. When an earthquake is detected, an automatic system stops all trains within seconds. During the 2011 earthquake, 27 trains were traveling at full speed, and all stopped safely before the main shock arrived. The N700S model, the latest generation, features active suspension that tilts into curves, lithium-ion batteries for emergency power, and aerodynamic noses tested in wind tunnels to reduce noise. The nose design reduces the sonic boom effect when trains enter tunnels at high speed, inspired by the beak of a kingfisher diving into water without creating a splash. Cleaning crews have exactly 7 minutes to fully clean a 16-car train between arrivals, a choreographed operation perfected to the second, involving 22 people working simultaneously with military precision. They clean seats, floors, windows, restock toilets, rotate seats to face the correct direction, and remove all trash. This performance, called the 7-minute miracle, has become a symbol of Japanese efficiency and craftsmanship. The Tohoku Shinkansen extends all the way to Aomori in the northern Honshu, passing through scenic countryside and connecting remote regions. The Hokuriku Shinkansen travels through mountains to Kanazawa, offering views of the Japan Alps rarely accessible by road. The newest extension, the Nishikyushu Shinkansen, began service in 2022, connecting Nagasaki with the national network. Plans are underway for maglev technology. The Chuo Shinkansen will use magnetic levitation to reach 505 kilometers per hour, connecting Tokyo and Nagoya in just 40 minutes. Tokyo Bay Aqua Line. A hybrid tunnel bridge that crosses Tokyo Bay, connecting Kawasaki on the Tokyo side with Kisarazu in Chiba Prefecture. Vehicles enter a tunnel beneath the bay, drive underwater for nearly 10 kilometers, 6.2 miles, then emerge onto an artificial island called Umihotaru, or Sea Firefly. From there, they continue across a bridge that stretches another 5 kilometers over open water to reach the opposite shore. Umehotaru serves as a rest area with restaurants, shops, observation decks, and even an arcade, offering panoramic views of Mount Fuji on clear days. The island was constructed using prefabricated concrete caissons, each weighing thousands of tons, floated into position and sunk precisely onto the seabed. The tunnel was constructed using massive shield boring machines that carved through mud and clay beneath the seabed, advancing slowly while installing concrete segments behind them to form the tunnel walls. Engineers had to account for strong currents, earthquakes, and the risk of ships above accidentally dropping anchors that could damage the tunnel roof. The tunnel is wide enough for 3 lanes in each direction, with emergency exits every 250 meters leading to a parallel surface tunnel. Advanced ventilation systems exchange air continuously to prevent carbon monoxide buildup from vehicle exhaust. The project took 31 years from planning to completion, opening in 1997 at a cost of $11.2 billion, one of the most expensive infrastructure projects in history. It reduced travel time between Kawasaki and Kisarazu from 90 minutes via highways around the bay to just 15 minutes through the tunnel. Kiyomizu-dera Temple. A wooden temple in Kyoto perched on a hillside overlooking the city, famous for its massive veranda supported entirely without nails. The main hall juts out from the cliff, held aloft by hundreds of interlocking wooden pillars, an ancient technique called nozuro zukuri that creates a flexible structure. Built in 778 AD and rebuilt in 1633 after fires, it has survived earthquakes, wars, and centuries of weathering. The craftsmanship is so precise that the wood fits together perfectly, allowing flexibility during tremors while maintaining structural integrity. The veranda stands 13 meters, 43 feet above the hillside, offering breathtaking views of Kyoto and the surrounding mountains. A Japanese expression, to jump off the stage at Kiyomizu, means to take a bold decision. Historically, some believe jumping from the veranda would grant wishes if they survived, though this practice has long been forbidden. The temple complex includes the Otowa waterfall, where 3 streams of water are said to grant longevity, success in studies, or a fortunate love life. Visitors drink from one stream using long-handled cups. In spring, cherry blossoms frame the temple in pink clouds. In autumn, fiery maples create a sea of red and gold. At night during special seasons, powerful illuminations transform the temple into a glowing jewel suspended above the city, with light beams shooting skyward. The temple is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, part of the historic monuments of ancient Kyoto. Itsukushima Shrine. A Shinto shrine on Miyajima Island in Hiroshima Bay, famous for its massive torii gate that appears to float on water during high tide. The gate stands 16 meters, 52.5 feet tall, constructed from decay-resistant camphor wood, and weighing approximately 60 tons. It's designed to stand freely, not anchored or embedded, relying purely on its own weight and strategic placement of stones inside its pillars for balance. The current gate, built in 1875, is the 8th iteration. Previous versions were destroyed by typhoons, decay, or lightning. The shrine itself is built on stilts over the water, creating the illusion that it hovers above the sea during high tide. Wooden corridors connect multiple buildings, all painted in brilliant vermilion that contrast dramatically with the blue water and green mountains. During high tide, boats can pass beneath the torii, and visitors feel as though they're walking on water as the sea flows beneath the shrine's wooden floors. At low tide, visitors can walk on the exposed sand directly to the gate, seeing its massive foundations and barnacle-covered pillars up close. The design dates back over 1,400 years to the year 593, rebuilt multiple times while maintaining the original vision of founder Taira no Kiyomori. The entire island is considered sacred. Historically, commoners were forbidden from setting foot on it, and had to approach the shrine by boat through the torii gate. Even today, births and deaths are prohibited on the island to maintain its purity, with pregnant women and the terminally ill transported to the mainland. The shrine has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a National Treasure of Japan. Umeda Sky Building. A futuristic skyscraper in Osaka consisting of two 40-story towers connected at the top by a floating garden observatory called the Floating Garden Observatory. The towers rise independently to the 39th floor, where a massive steel bridge locks them together, creating an architectural gateway to the sky. The observatory, located on the 39th and 40th floors, features an outdoor rooftop with 360-degree views of Osaka, the Yodo River, and, on clear days, the mountains beyond. The rooftop floor uses special luminous tiles that glow softly at night, creating an ethereal atmosphere as visitors walk among the stars. At night, the building glows with blue lighting, resembling a portal to another dimension or a gateway from science fiction. The design was so unconventional in 1993 that construction required helicopters to lift the connecting bridge into place, a risky operation in an urban environment with unpredictable winds. The bridge sections were assembled on the ground, lifted by crane, and secured at heights exceeding 150 meters. Below the towers lies an underground market designed to resemble streets from the Showa period, 1926 to 1989, complete with vintage storefronts, retro signs, and nostalgic decorations. The building has appeared in numerous films and video games as the epitome of futuristic Japanese architecture. Nagoya City Science Museum. Home to the world's largest planetarium, housed in a massive silver sphere 35 meters, 115 feet in diameter, that dominates the building's exterior. The building looks like a spaceship that landed in the heart of Nagoya, its metallic surface reflecting the sky. Inside, visitors experience simulated tornado chambers, where 9-meter-high artificial tornadoes form before their eyes, complete with wind and atmospheric pressure changes. The negative 30 degrees Celsius freezing lab allows visitors to experience Antarctic conditions, seeing their breath freeze and watching how materials behave in extreme cold. Lightning demonstrations showcase 1.2 million volts of electricity arcing between conductors, explaining the science behind thunderstorms. The planetarium's dome uses cutting-edge Zeiss projection technology to display 9,100 stars visible to the naked eye, creating the most realistic night sky reproduction ever built. The projector sits on a rotating platform, accurately simulating Earth's movement and showing constellations from any location or time period, past, present, or future. Special shows recreate historical astronomical events like supernova explosions, eclipses observed by ancient civilizations, and the night sky as seen by astronauts in space. The museum attracts over 1.5 million visitors annually, making it one of Japan's most popular science destinations. Osaka Expo 70 Memorial Park. The site of the 1970 World Exposition, now a sprawling 260-hectare park featuring the Tower of the Sun, a 70-meter sculpture with 3 faces representing the past, present, and future. Created by avant-garde artist Taro Okamoto, it became a symbol of Japan's post-war rebirth and technological optimism during an era when the nation was becoming an economic powerhouse. The 3 faces include the golden face on top symbolizing the future and looking toward tomorrow, the central face representing the present with the eyes that seem to follow viewers, and a black sun on the rear representing the past. The tower was recently renovated after decades of closure, revealing a hidden 4th face inside, a massive tree of life sculpture rising through the tower's interior with 183 organisms representing evolution from single-celled life to modern humans. During the 1970 Expo, the tower stood inside the Festival Plaza, with its arms seeming to pierce through the roof in a dramatic architectural statement. The Expo attracted 64 million visitors over 6 months, showcasing technological marvels like mobile phones, which wouldn't become commercial for decades, picture phones, and maglev train prototypes. Today, the park contains the Japanese Garden, considered one of the finest landscape gardens created in the 20th century, with ponds, tea houses, and seasonal flowers. The Natural and Cultural Garden section features plants from around the world, organized by climate and region. The park also houses the Expo 70 Pavilion, a museum preserving artifacts and memories from the historic event that marked Japan's arrival as a modern nation. Asimo Robot. Honda's humanoid robot, once the most advanced in the world, standing 130 centimeters, about 4.3 feet tall, and weighing 48 kilograms. Asimo, advanced step in innovative mobility, could run at 9 kilometers per hour, climb stairs, kick a soccer ball with precision, recognize faces and voices, and serve drinks. The robot's hands had remarkable dexterity. 13 degrees of freedom in each hand allowed it to hold objects, use tools, open bottles, and even use sign language. Asimo could predict human movement and adjust its path to avoid collision, navigate around obstacles, and even walk backward and sideways. Development began in 1986 with the E-Series experimental robots, which could barely walk in straight lines, evolving through decades of research into Asimo's fluid movements. Though Honda retired Asimo in 2022, stating the project had achieved its research goals, its technology lives on in assistive devices, exoskeletons for medical rehabilitation, and next-generation robots. Honda's walking technology is now used in devices that help patients with spinal cord injuries walk again. Sapporo Snow Festival. Every February, Sapporo, the capital of Hokkaido, transforms into a frozen wonderland with massive ice and snow sculptures created by artists, volunteers, and members of the Japan Self-Defense Forces. The festival began in 1950 when local high school students built 6 snow statues in Odori Park. Today, it attracts over 2 million visitors and features hundreds of sculptures. Some sculptures reach the size of buildings, 15 meters tall and 25 meters wide, intricately carved with chainsaws, chisels, and power tools. The self-defense forces contribute by using heavy machinery to move hundreds of tons of snow from nearby mountains to the festival site. Engineering teams plan structural integrity to prevent collapse, using internal metal frameworks and careful weight distribution. Sculptures can weigh 1,000 tons or more. Artists recreate famous landmarks like the Taj Mahal, Neuschwanstein Castle, and iconic characters from anime and pop culture. At night, projection mapping brings the sculptures to life with animations, light shows, and synchronized music that transforms static ice into moving art. Colored LED lights embedded in the ice create glowing sculptures that appear to radiate from within. The Susukino district features ice sculptures you can walk through, ice bars, igloos, and tunnels where visitors experience the artistry from inside. International teams compete in snow sculpture contests, with participants from dozens of countries showcasing different artistic styles. The festival lasts 1 week, after which the sculptures are demolished and the snow returned to nature, making each year's creations truly ephemeral art. Henna Hotel. The world's first hotel staffed almost entirely by robots, located in Nagasaki's Huis-ten-Bosch theme park. Guests check in with robotic dinosaur receptionists, a velociraptor, and a humanoid robot that speak multiple languages including Japanese, English, Chinese, and Korean.
Please apply your passport on the page with your picture on the device and press the start button.
Robotic arms emerge from lockers to store and retrieve luggage, moving with mechanical precision while guests watch through glass walls. In-room assistants named Churi-chan, small robot dolls, respond to voice commands, controlling lights, temperature, curtains, and providing information about the hotel and local area. Robotic fish swim in lobby tanks, and a robotic porter helps guests with their bags. The concept was designed by entrepreneur Hideo Sawada to reduce labor costs while showcasing Japan's robotic capabilities across the world. The hotel initially had over 200 robots, but later reduced the number after discovering some tasks still required human nuance. The voice-activated assistants sometimes woke guests by responding to snoring. Despite adjustments, Hinna Hotel remains a glimpse into the future of hospitality and automation. Additional locations have opened in Tokyo, Osaka, and other cities, each with unique robotic themes. Gunkanjima, Battleship Island. An abandoned island off Nagasaki's coast, officially named Hashima, once the most densely populated place on Earth, with 5,259 people per square kilometer. It housed coal miners and towering concrete apartment buildings, Japan's first large-scale concrete structures built in 1916. The buildings rose 7 to 9 stories, unprecedented for the time, with rooftop schools, shops, temples, and even a cinema. The island measures just 480 by 160 meters, 1,575 by 525 feet, yet contained everything needed for a self-sufficient community. At its peak in 1959, over 5,000 people lived in this vertical city, surrounded by a seawall that made it resemble a battleship, hence the nickname. The Mitsubishi Company operated undersea coal mines extending beneath the ocean floor, with shafts reaching depths of 1,000 meters. Miners worked in extreme conditions, high temperatures, constant danger of flooding or collapse, and toxic gases. When the coal mines closed in 1974 due to petroleum replacing coal, the island was abandoned overnight. Residents left behind belongings, furniture, and even personal items. Today, it's a haunting ruin where nature reclaims concrete, typhoons batter crumbling buildings, and silence pervades empty corridors. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site as part of Sites of Japan's Meiji Industrial Revolution, though controversial due to the use of forced Korean and Chinese labor during World War II. Tours allow visitors to walk designated paths, seeing the decay up close while guides explain the island's rise and fall. The island has appeared in films including the James Bond movie Skyfall as the villain's abandoned headquarters. Tokyo Disney Sea. The most expensive theme park ever built, costing $4 billion when it opened in 2001, located next to Tokyo Disneyland in Urayasu, Chiba Prefecture. Unlike any other Disney park globally, Disney Sea is entirely themed around ocean exploration, mythology, and discovery. Its 7 themed ports feature stunning attention to detail that makes guests feel transported to different times and places. Mediterranean Harbor recreates an Italian port city with full-scale Venetian gondolas, working canals, and architecture so authentic it looks centuries old. American Waterfront features a detailed recreation of 1910s New York with period-accurate storefronts, vehicles, and a massive ocean liner. The SS Columbia, permanently docked and accessible to explore. Mysterious Island, inspired by Jules Verne's stories, centers on Mount Prometheus. An active volcano that erupts with fire and smoke visible across the park every hour. Journey to the Center of the Earth, housed inside the volcano, takes riders on a journey through crystal caverns before launching them at high speed out of the mountain. The park's realism comes from obsessive engineering. Artificial rocks are hand-sculpted and painted to look weathered. Water systems are designed for both aesthetics and functionality, and structures are reinforced to withstand earthquakes without losing their magic. Hidden speakers throughout the park play ambient sound, waves, seagulls, creaking ships, creating immersive soundscapes. The Tower of Terror attraction features an elaborate backstory with a cursed hotel where an elevator drops unexpectedly, combining storytelling with thrill rides. Disney Sea attracts more adult visitors than other Disney parks, with sophisticated theming, alcoholic beverages, and romantic atmospheres. At night, phantasmic shows project images onto water screens with fire effects, lasers, and fountains synchronized to music. The park's attention to detail extends to merchandise and food. Each port has unique menus reflecting its theme, from Mediterranean pizzas to Arabian curries. Osaka Castle. A symbol of Japanese unification and power, originally built in the 1580s by Toyotomi Hideyoshi on the site of the Ishiyama Honganji Temple. The castle was the largest and most impressive in Japan at the time, with a 5-story main tower and multiple defensive rings. It has been destroyed and rebuilt multiple times. Once during Tokugawa Ieyasu's siege in 1615, again by lightning in 1665, and finally reconstructed in 1931 using reinforced concrete after the original was lost. Its 5-story exterior conceals 8 floors inside, with modern elevators that take visitors to the top observation deck, and a museum displaying armor, weapons, and historical artifacts. The stone walls, however, are original. Massive boulders weighing up to 130 tons were transported from quarries hundreds of kilometers away using wooden sledges, ropes, and thousands of workers. The largest stone, the Octopus Stone, measures 36 square meters and required phenomenal engineering to position without modern machinery. The walls reach heights of 20 meters, 66 feet, at some points stacked without mortar in a technique called nozurazumi that allows flexibility during earthquakes. The castle grounds span 106 hectares with multiple moats, gates, and turrets designed for defense. During cherry blossom season, the grounds explode with color as over 3,000 cherry trees bloom simultaneously, creating one of Japan's most spectacular hanami, flower viewing spots. Over 2 million visitors arrive during the 2-week bloom period, picnicking under the trees with the castle as a backdrop. At night, the castle is illuminated with golden lights that make it appear to float above the trees. The surrounding park includes the former Osaka Mint and government buildings from the Meiji period, creating a historical district in central Osaka.